Tonight's State of the State speech will usher in a new era of Democratic leadership that has not been seen in the state in decades. Political reporter Rick Albin joining us from Lansing now with more on the mood in the Capitol as the big night approaches. Rick?
Democrats, as you would expect, are euphoric, while Republicans are wary. Consider this. One of the first bills being considered over in the House yesterday was a supplemental bill that required all 56 Democrats to vote yes because no Republicans were on board. We don't know if that's a sign of things to come. Still, Senate Majority Leader Winnie Brinks, a Democrat from Grand Rapids, remains optimistic, while the Republican Senate Leader Eric Nesbitt says Democrats need to lead from the middle. For the first time in a very long time, that chamber will be dominated by Democrats in the House and the Senate, and the governor will be on the dais. What is that moment going to be like?
There's a real feeling of optimism in the Capitol these days. I think not just Democrats, but the state, the people, and the folks who surround the Capitol and do the business of government here, we're really ready for change. And so I'm excited to hear what the governor has to say, and we are prepared to work together hand in hand to get it done.
I think it's how do you govern in the middle 70%, and that's going to be, instead of just talking about it, how do you actually work with Republicans and Democrats to lower taxes for all working families, to lower taxes for all seniors instead of just those that happen to have a pension. I think it's about really trying to provide real immediate tax relief to working families.
So one of the things that we don't think we'll hear about tonight is the right to work bill. There was some suggestion that that could come up and a repeal of right to work could be in the works. That isn't, at least for right now, and at least temporarily. It would seem to strike a little better conciliatory note for Republicans and Democrats, because if that was going to be one of the first things out of the gate, it was going to be a very contentious legislative session. But for right now, we'll wait and see. But it looks like tonight there will be a lot of talk about policy. We'll see how much detail there will be. In Lansing, Rick Albin, News 8.
Hey, Rick, before you go, what do you think will be the headlines coming out of tonight's speech?
Well, there are several things that we already know, like that earned income tax credit that is already moving. So is the repeal of the pension tax, though Republicans want to see that much broader in scope. I'm very anxious to hear what the governor has to say about gun safety, because when I talked to her just after the election, she said she wanted several things like gun storage laws and full background checks, and she also wanted red flag laws. Republicans are going to be a hard sell on some of that, particularly if they try to lump it all together. So I want to hear what the detail is on that. And to be quite honest, I'm anxious to hear what the governor has to say about roads tonight, because that roads funding is an ongoing issue. And as we all know, the roads still have some issues. So we will continue to watch that. But I think the headlines could be centered around that package of gun bills, if in fact she puts detail on it.
We'll wait and see. Rick, thank you for the live report. And you can watch Governor Whitmer's State of the State address live at 7 on WXSP and streaming at woodtv.com. We will have analysis and reaction to tonight's speech at 10 and 11.